Did someone say WeeaBoots? Because this is The Spirits Within, which is an anime. Hello and welcome to another episode of WeeaBoots, the anime review podcast from GigaBoots.com. I'm your host, Dan Video Games. With me is Bob.
Hey.
From GigaBoots. And hail Zeon.
Yep, I am here too.
Hi, Jay.
Yeah.
So, we're reviewing anime.
No, we're not.
No,
okay,
singular. I tricked you. I meant the singular anime.
Okay. True. We are reviewing
An anime.
An anime. We're not reviewing multiple because one of these goddamn things that you made us watch is not an anime.
Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within is based on the original manga Final Fantasy. It is written by Hironobu Sakaguchi, who is also the director.
Okay, hold on. We should probably clarify that it isn't actually a Spirits Within manga, in case anyone actually thinks you're telling the truth.
No, go looking for it. I want you to believe me and to suffer for it. Now then, Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within was technically made in Hawaii and was a new adventure with freaking Square Enix. It was a terrible mistake. They set up the studio, they only made two things, and they shut it all down and fired Sakaguchi.
Yeah, like this hit them so goddamn hard that they fired their cash cow for. Yeah, like what was the budget on this?
137 million in 2001 dollars.
Yeah,
which is over, if I remember these numbers correctly, is over twice as much as Jurassic Park, which came out 8 years before it.
Yeah.
It was only, what was it?
By the way, we've adjusted all of this for inflation, so when he says like double Jurassic Park, he means
actually no, that isn't even doing that. That's how sad that is. It's $137 in 2001 dollars. Jurassic Park is $63 million in 1993 dollars. Jurassic Park looks great for its budget, which makes looking at Jurassic World's budget depressing.
Right?
But yeah, no, it is insanely expensive. The one movie I really wanted to look up but didn't was Terminator 2. I wanted to see how much more expensive than Terminator 2 this was because, that's James Cameron pre-Titanic, so maybe his budget was at all reined in because by the time he had Avatar, it was about $240 million.
Yeah.
But then he made $2 billion.
The thing is, though, like this movie... Yeah, when you adjust for inflation,
is insanely expensive.
Yeah, because it's
beyond reason.
Like if this movie were made today with that budget, it'd actually come out to like 180 million.
Yeah,
over 180.
Something like that. 160 million, I think, is what it ended up around.
Which is more
way more than most of the Marvel.
Yeah, than most of the MCU films. Like I think only the Avengers films get higher budgets than that.
Which is fucking insane. And even those, I don't know how high they get, but they can't be that much higher than that.
Right.
There's only so high budgets go.
This is like 4-star blockbuster fucking budget.
And the reason why we're stressing all these things is because it is this expensive and it looks like shit. And it is a bad fucking movie. Spoilers, guys.
Yeah, the thing is, when we say
I told you.
Okay, yes, Bob told us. Okay, now let's just say, when we say, oh, this looks like shit, we're not just saying, oh, this looks like shit by today's standards. We're saying, this came out the same fucking year as Shrek.
Shrek isn't going for realism. Looks way better.
Yeah, like the animations look a lot smoother. Everything, the things are less jerky.
How long ago was
awkward.
Toy Story before this?
I did wait.
Yeah, I was like,
okay,
96.
The people in that look like they were made out of fucking plastic.
They do.
So that's not a fair comparison. But Shrek, on the other hand,
are you sure? I think that's apples to apples.
But yeah, Shrek.
These plastic people are covered in something horrible that's trying to look like skin.
Shrek looked so much better. And for some of the characters, they did go for the realistic look, like Princess Fiona. And it had a way lower budget than this. It had half the budget that this movie did?
Something like that.
And that's fucking insane to think. That someone actually thought that this was a good enough business venture to pour this much money into. I understand that he's fucking Sakaguchi. That he was Square Enix.
Yeah.
He was Final Fantasy. This movie,
Squaresoft
Squaresoft at the time.
He bombed them so fucking hard.
which is incredible because they were like, we make amazing video games. They're very well written. We should take our writing skills and go into making movies. And they didn't want to make a small movie. They wanted to make a big blockbuster movie. But we didn't get around to saying we're also reviewing Project A-ko. So if you're interested in anime, stick around for that.
Yes.
I have a feeling we won't spend a terribly long time talking about the Spirits
Spoilers,
Within.
Spirits Within was goddamn terrible.
Toy Story's budget was $30 million. Which, if you're doing the math, under a fourth as much as this.
Yeah.
What year?
Oh, God. 95.
Okay.
So 6 years earlier, a fourth of the budget, aged way better.
Yeah. Just Pixar knew what the hell, like... Yeah, I mean, that's why they avoided doing humans for so long. Because, like, we can't make these look good yet.
Yeah.
Right, and they still couldn't.
Yeah.
I guess, I mean, like you're saying, Shrek looked way better. That was acceptable.
Shrek looked great. It had style. I don't know what the style of the Spirits Within is.
It's called Uncanny Valley. The style is Uncanny Valley.
But yeah, okay, real quick. We got Hironobu Sakaguchi. Pop, this production side credit list is really barren.
Yeah.
You didn't put down the 2 American writers.
Oh, whoops, I forgot about writers.
Whatever.
We usually don't put writers. So.
Yeah. Yeah, in any case, so Hironobu Sakaguchi did the original story and was the producer and director on this movie. Motonori Sakakibara, apparently responsible for directing Packworld, the TV show?
Yeah, the TV. Yeah, that's weird.
How?
Like, I don't. That's his only other credit I could find.
What the fuck? How the hell do you go from Spirits Within to Pack...
The guy isn't even clickable on IMDb.
Jesus Christ.
And the animation is done by Square USA Inc., which, of course, was... They made this, the Final Flight of the Osiris, which was the short they made for the Animatrix.
Yeah.
And that was it. And then they shut it the fuck down.
Which is probably for the best, because, oh god, don't look at either of these things. Try not to get them on your eyes.
Yeah, it's hard to wash out. That much is certain. Let's talk about our characters. We got main character Aki Ross. She's the main character.
Yes.
She's a scientist.
Does she have a
That's what they
personality
say.
or anything?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
She's having dreams.
Now, there's also Captain Gray Edwards, which is her love interest. He's in the military. That's
the extent of his character.
There's Dr. Sid, who's a scientist and at all acts like one. So
yeah.
he's a bit more of a character than Aki.
Yeah, he is a scientist. He is, in fact, that.
There's General Hein, which is straight up James Wood.
Yeah.
He's just like a military guy that sounds like Hades from Hercules.
Yeah, like he is the evil military guy. That is it.
There's Jane Proudfoot, which is some tough military chick. The rest of the cast of the main crew of military people is very much aliens.
Yeah, just like all those archetypes.
Yeah, which leads me to assume Aki's an android. In any case,
she acts like one.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Jane Proudfoot, which you never hear them say that last name once because it's terrible, is a tough military chick who is voice acted by Rosalind, I believe her name is, the radio DJ that hosts the show that Frasier runs on the sitcom Frasier from the 90s, which is really weird. That is the only like movie role I know of I've ever come across in my time. I could look it up, but why ruin that? Just want to stumble into another in 10 years. And then you have Neil Fleming, who's the comic relief neurotic type, kind of.
Yeah.
Who's
okay, like
Steve fucking Buscemi.
Yeah, like when the movie starts, I'm like, oh man, like this guy's like a total Steve Buscemi type. You know, too bad they couldn't actually get Steve Buscemi. Like, too bad this movie isn't live action. It could actually have Steve Buscemi in it. And it's like, oh my god, it's actually Steve Buscemi. But how the hell do you have Steve Buscemi in a fucking movie and not have him be entertaining? Steve Buscemi is inherently entertaining.
Yeah.
Like, how do you fuck that up?
You fuck it up. That's how you fuck that up.
Well, the entire script is complete garbage.
It's like having Danny Trejo and having him not be a badass. How do you fuck this up so bad? Like, that just kills me because I'm like, not a single line he says is funny. At all.
But yeah, this is... it is ridiculous. And then you have Sergeant Ryan Whitaker, which...
He's the black guy.
He's the black military guy. He dies first.
Oh?
Yeah. When the movie did that, I'm like, on the main team.
No,
Yeah.
he like the other guys got killed.
Well, that's true. He just gets the fatal wound first.
Yeah, he gets the fatal wound first, and somehow it's just okay for like 20 minutes.
Well, yeah, the pipe in his chest like kept all the blood in and organs.
Spoilers.
Okay, who's ever gonna fucking watch this after this? Oh, Dan!
Wouldn't that be impressive?
Dan,
Oh,
great
what's up?
news for you. I got,
yeah.
I think it was like a tweet or a comment on YouTube or something. Someone actually went and watched WeeaBoots because of our podcast.
Good, thank you.
Yeah,
you are a
like-
better person now.
Yeah, like you know, they enjoyed both the horrible depression and the laughs.
Excellent.
Yeah, they went to the full WeeaBoots spectrum of emotions.
Yes.
Apparently.
It's a color wheel.
So it's always pretty cool whenever someone hears our podcast and goes, I checked out that anime because of you guys. It's
Yeah,
someone
like what was it? I remember when we did the Punchline one. I got you to watch more, and then we got some of the fans to watch it at all.
Yeah,
and that
like-
made me really happy because I was like pissed that I didn't watch that with Tosh. I was like, damn, people need to fucking see this.
Yeah, what was it? Whenever I did
I haven't
video,
gotten a single person to see this. Continue.
Yeah, I did a vlog, like you know, like things, you know, my opinion on stuff from 2015, and one of the things I brought up was Punchline, and all I did was just describe all of the insanity in that, and it's someone comments like, I heard your description of Punchline, stopped watching this video, started watching Punchline. Holy crap, that anime is awesome! I was just like, yes,
Yeah,
because that anime is fucking awesome.
it is fucking awesome.
Yeah, so it's always pretty
Unlike
cool.
this,
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
this anime. It's fucking terrible.
Can we stop calling this an anime? Because like this is like calling Avatar a fucking anime. This is not an anime. It's made by a Japanese. That is true. It is made with
Okay.
Japanese money.
It's made with Japanese institutionalized tech, which is to say it looks way worse than the American CGI movies of the time.
Yeah.
It was written, directed, and produced by a Japanese person, and it was a company set up, and this was the first thing they did by a Japanese corporation.
It was made for an American market, but then again, I guess it's like
It was made for Hollywood. Hollywood's really globalized. Like, it's not necessarily super American geared. Like,
Okay,
at no point does this go, hey, I'm this guy in New York.
Okay, I
It
guess-
is in New York, Dan. It is set in New York.
There is a
It
part
is-
in New York. Aside from that, they're living in future steampunk city.
No,
but-
that's New York.
Okay, whatever. So they named a place New York. Whatever. That's
right
not the point.
right on top of New York.
The point is, it's not covering exclusively American themes and being steeped in American culture in a way that makes it unglobalizable. Like Japan does constantly with, oh no, they're taking over the whole world as these 8 points on Japan.
Yeah. Okay, I will say in that regard, this probably is just about as much of an anime as the second season of Big O.
There you go.
So
And that's my bar.
yeah,
I don't know. The animation studio is called Square USA, Dan. That's kind of incriminating.
But it's not in real USA, it's in Hawaii, USA.
Dan,
I'm not
Everyone
claiming
knows
it.
Hawaiians aren't actual Americans.
They eat spam. Gotta be Asians. No, really. That's how you know. You're like, hey, do you like spam? And they're like, yes. And no, you're Asian. And they're like, you got me. And they just leave.
because of course he was wearing like a full cloak. You couldn't see his face.
Yeah,
nothing.
he was Kylo Ren. He just had the Kylo Ren gear. He was Kylo Ren'd up. And then I was like, you're Asian. And he's like, ah.
He starts punching himself in the chest and bleeding everywhere.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. But yeah, in any case, that's the usual reaction to eating spam. Yeah, that's typical.
That's also a normal reaction to watching the goddamn spirits. That okay, so the reason we watch this is Dan's payback apparently.
Yeah, if you didn't make it to the end of the last episode, basically what happened was we had two really good sets of things we were talking about watching. One was the Fatal Fury and Street Fighter movies.
Yeah.
The other one was Project A-ko and Gunbuster. And I'm like, yeah, no, that sounds great. That sounds great too. And then they're like, or Little Witch Academia, which came out in the last month. And I'm like, God damn it, you guys.
Yeah, because well, the thing is, that one of these was actually relevant.
I get that.
Yeah,
I get
I
that.
mean-
That doesn't mean I have to be happy about
Yeah, and
it.
thing
We
is,
did
though-
the episode that clearly shows that I understand.
But you were spiteful, and you're like, we're doing the Spirits Within next week. I'm buying it on Blu-ray.
uh-huh. I was miserable. Now you're miserable.
The thing is, though, you spent $7 to fucking buy that. Who the hell's the real loser here?
I'm going to give it away. That person's the real loser.
Well, you have to pay for shipping, Dan.
Eh. That's what we call a disposal fee. Just hand it to the person at the USPS. Take this away. But yeah, no, the main thing about this movie isn't the visuals. It's not all these other things that are problems. It's not the fact it looks way worse tech-wise than any of the American movies of the time. It's that it's written like garbage, and none of the characters are at all interesting or good. The dialogue's total shit, and the logic of the universe is all over the fucking place. A gun hurts a phantom, a gun doesn't hurt a phantom. By the way, they're menaced by phantoms, which are ghost aliens from outer space, which a meteor brought here. In any case, sometimes the guns shoot them, other times they don't. They're not super clear on it. James Woods' character seems... I feel like insane is giving him too much credit. He's just doing things. He's fucking retarded beyond comparison. And like another part of this is like, not only is all that dialogue bad and everything else, and everything's so disjointed, and the flow of the movie's all over the place, and the intro's weak as shit. It is weak sauce fucking bullshit. But like, fucking, oh my god, they only have 9 characters in the whole movie. You don't get it's a whole city. It's a whole fucking city, and they don't show anyone outside the main cast of 9 or the military units.
There's individual sequences, like maybe one scene where we see a city that has people in it, but not more than like 2 or so.
Yeah, whenever the phantoms are attacking the main city, you see people running away from them.
From how close? Like, pretty pulled out?
Far.
Yeah, it's a pulled out shot.
Right, because...
yeah, because they didn't want to make probably very detailed, unique character
What a
for that.
fucking fleshed out universe.
Right? Thing is, okay, speaking of this universe, wait, now I'm not opposed to cold opens. Like, you just drop me in a universe to make me figure shit out.
We
fine.
watched Tarantino.
Yeah.
Where,
I mean...
The Hateful Eight just sort of like... The opening sequence is what? 3 minutes of staring at a cross in snow?
I mean, you know, one of my
I'm okay with cold openings.
Like, one of my favorite animes, Evangelion. It really doesn't explain shit throughout the majority of that series, and you really have to pay really close attention to piece everything together. Even by the time you get to the end of Eva movie, like...
Which is the only part you should watch.
But yeah, so, you know, I'm fine with, like, you know, things not, you know, getting fully explained, but just, Jesus Christ, the logic of, like, they don't really explain jack shit, and then they're sitting there, like, going into, like, the very specifics of, like, how they're going to deal with this problem without actually telling us what the hell the problem is first. Like, whoa, hey, I need to know what the conflict is before you start talking about how you're solving it.
Well, we have a shield around the city, and it keeps the phantoms out. This scientist is doing research to help solve that problem, but it's unpopular with the council, or maybe it isn't, and the military's just crazy.
Yeah,
it's super not well explained. There super aren't many characters.
Yeah.
And the weirdest part for me is that all of these actors were cast from like Disney movies.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah, like all of them have some sort of weird Disney history going on. Like they've worked with Disney to some capacity.
The main character's Mulan. Alec Baldwin's been in stuff with them. James Woods was the bad guy in Hercules.
Yeah. Steve Buscemi's probably been in something. I don't know.
Probably, but at very least he takes the place of the guy who played the demon in Hercules. So they're like, we need one of those types. It's Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, it's just... Oh, yeah. Like, okay, like the thing that's going on in this movie is just so fucking weird, because it's like, okay, so a meteor lands from an alien planet, and now ghost aliens are, like, invading and
ripping the souls out of people.
Ripping the souls out of people. And, like...
Man, every description you could possibly use to describe this movie sounds so much better than this movie. Because what we just sounds metal as fuck.
Right.
Yeah, but, like, they don't try to, like, make it metal as fuck.
Terror of Resonance should have become that by around, like, I don't know, episode 7, and that would have saved it.
Yeah, like, let me
just
say,
the nukes.
Like, okay... And notice, like, the whole, like, all of our criticisms had nothing to do with the fact that this movie is not Final Fantasy-esque.
Right.
Yeah, we're not
Or even
judging...
that it looks like shit.
Yeah, like, it's just that this movie is an incomprehensible clusterfuck of ideas. Like, they have, like, oh, well, we need, like, these 8 spirits to create, like, you know, the spirit wave. Though, to complete the spirit wave thing, that'll, like, you know, purify the phantoms or some shit. Like, the Gaia thing, whatever.
Yeah.
They have that, but it's like, okay, first off, how do you know you guys need 8 spirits? How do you guys know that there's 8 spirits actually even exist?
And even if you ignore stupid bullshit like that, where they just say it and want you to come along for the ride, like the hierarchy of the universe they're building makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know who's on top. Is it the council? Is it military?
Yeah.
Why are the scientists getting funding for this up until some ambiguous event? Like, there's an event in the movie that's not like...
Yeah, the military general decides that he can now command everyone to just go raid the scientists' labs and destroy all the research.
Like, a chick, the main character, passes out on a plane, and they're like, oh, well, now we have what we need in order to... raid, but she was fine minutes later, and it's like, but she didn't do any.
Well, because she was like under the influence of the Phantoms or something.
But they didn't, like, they already knew that enough before then.
Yeah, but
like that was already well established.
Well, she before, like, she had like
didn't
that
pass
whole,
out.
yeah, she had that whole containment thing, and then when they did the little projection thing, it was like breaking out of its containment field or whatever.
Yeah,
and
but it's still like so tenuous.
It's so fucking weird too, because they had this thing like, people are actually being like, infected by these goddamn phantoms. It's like, okay, like, so how the hell are these ghosts infecting people first off?
Yeah, because normally when they touch them, they rip the souls out.
Right,
Yeah.
they immediately die. And
then like you have like the one guy Greg who gets like infected by like a phantom early in the movie, and they like surgically like go and like laser it out of him and shit. It's like, okay, fine, but then like Aki, she has that, but like hers isn't curable, so then she has to have like some sort of weird spirit containment thing, like a metal plate that's on her chest that like contains it within her body and keeps it from like moving around, I guess, and killing her. But
And it's really smart.
I just
Yeah.
so many things in this movie just don't add up. It's just like because they're mixing spiritualism with science, but they're not doing it well. They're not explaining it.
I wouldn't
very
even
well.
say they're mixing them. All of these just come off as disparate ideas that don't mesh into a theme.
Yeah, I guess because mixing them would mean that they're actually kind of integrating them into one another.
The scientists are just spiritualists for some reason.
And on top of that, more importantly than that, fucking the one message of this whole film is so fucking shallow and sad. It's just like, military bad, science good. It's like, wow, really? Man, that is so original.
Yeah.
Fuck you, movie. Maybe try a little bit harder.
Ferngully was way better.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
See? He's fucking right. How sad is that? Ferngully
I'm just saying,
is like
Ferngully had a hot elf or a hot pixie chick. I'm just saying.
if
Where the hell's
Aki
the
was
hot,
hotter,
right?
that would have saved
I mean,
this
she's
film.
kind of a butterface, and you can't even get to her tits because she has that metal plate on it.
So really, it's a butter tits.
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just fucking, this thing is a goddamn mess. It's terrible. I remember when I got out of the movie theater when I was a kid, my brother and my mom were like, that was kind of bad. And I'm like, I don't know, I guess it was okay. Because at the time, I didn't know what a good movie was because my parents relentlessly brought me to terrible ones. I can't think of one good movie before Spider-Man 1 that I saw in a theater. Oh, the Matrix one.
Yeah. There you go.
Those are the two.
Yeah. So
I was like 16 when the Matrix 1 came out or something. I don't know, 14.
yeah, you might say because I think I was like
Because it came out in like 2001, right? Either 2000
no, it
2001.
came out in '99.
Then I was like 12.
Yeah.
But either way, that and Spider-Man 1 are the only things I can remember for the first 18 years of my life seeing in a movie theater that was good.
Yeah. With this movie though, I remember seeing it like I got it on DVD when it first came out because I never saw it in theaters, and I was just like, yeah, okay, that was an interesting movie. It wasn't a Final Fantasy movie, but it was an interesting film. And then as I got older, I looked back at it, I was thinking like, okay, it was a dry sci-fi film, and I actually like I ever brought this up, Star Trek: The Motion Picture, dry as fuck. I really like that movie.
Yes, you do.
This, because that movie had characters. It had an interesting story that was
as dry as it
comprehensive.
is, it still has characters.
Yeah, it had great characters, and it had like a plot that was like understandable, and it had interesting ideas.
Yeah.
This has ideas. I wouldn't say they're interesting.
It has a bucket of ideas.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like
And the worst part is there's no real character in this. They're just archetypes. There aren't real characters.
Nobody really goes through an arc. I mean, you could say like Grey goes through an arc because like he goes like, I don't believe in like all this spirit mumbo jumbo shit.
Even though they're
I
seeing
do
their
it.
allies getting souls torn out, they just don't believe it.
It's just like, I don't believe in your Gaia theory bullshit. It's like, wait, now I do believe in your Gaia theory bullshit. It's like,
And that's how he phrases it too. It makes you not even trust him.
God, I don't.
Yeah, this is a terrible movie.
yeah, this was like
The whole
Man-
concept of how they're keeping these monsters out of their city is based on this technology the scientists are working on that no one believes in.
Yep.
yeah,
That's crazy, right?
Yes. That is
It's just-
insanely dumb.
yeah, it's so many levels of huh? And just, God, this movie is so fucking boring.
It feels like it's 3 hours.
But it's actually like, what, 80 minutes? Is that
Maybe
no,
90.
an hour and 40?
Yeah, it's like an hour 40.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ,
it felt really
so
long.
dry and so boring. And like, I didn't realize how bad this movie was until I actually had to sit down and pay attention to it. And I'm like, and I kept going all ADD. I'm like, oh right, I'm supposed to be paying attention to this movie. I started just thinking of other shit. I was just like, oh god, I need to be paying attention to this movie so I can like critique it later. I'm like, God, this is fucking boring and nonsensical.
Yeah, I mean, the set design's pretty bland.
Yeah, it's generic sci-fi and
the characters are completely lacking. The universe itself isn't interesting because it's not well fleshed out.
Right.
Visually, as we mentioned, it looks like shit. Thematically, it doesn't have a message other than that really shallow science good, military bad, and then it's nothing like Final Fantasy.
I guess the alien planets look kind of neat, but then the alien monsters on it were just really, really not neat.
yeah, these weird asymmetrical looking things.
I thought they were the neatest looking thing in the movie, but that doesn't say anything. I thought the alien planet being like, it's weird rocks in the Uncanny Valley. Who knew rocks had that? Yeah,
right.
I don't know. I thought that looked kind of bad too.
Yeah.
It did.
But yeah.
I mean, everything looks kind of to pretty bad.
Or very.
Yes,
What was
extremely
There's
bad.
a scene where one of the phantoms rips out the soul of a soldier, pulls the soul up to its mouth. The tentacle comes out of the mouth, and it starts to pull it in to eat it. And the soul doesn't go into the mouth; it just smushes against the face and then fades away.
Yeah, and
it doesn't like
bites down.
animate.
It bites down and he goes, oh, he like twitches and fades away.
No, I think its mouth was open all the way through.
No, it does crunch down.
I think it bites, but not all the way. Like it doesn't fully.
Yeah,
manifest.
I think it did,
yeah, as if like maybe he did actually go all the way in, like into his mouth, but like.
but it didn't look right.
But then
also, he was vertically oriented and bigger than its mouth.
Yeah.
like the monster didn't even turn the
And
soul.
the weirdest part of that is no one else gets their soul eaten. They're like their soul
just
gets pulled
swiped
out.
through.
Yeah. You
Then
swipe
they
through
sort
them
of
and it just rips the soul out, and they're like already inside them.
and
So,
they
yeah,
dissipate.
Yeah, it's this weird. There's a lot of weird inconsistencies. The ending of the movie makes no fucking sense.
She just used her boyfriend as a conduit.
Well, the thing is, though, just like she gets the last spirit. We're gonna spoil the ending of this movie. I hope no one gives a shit.
Honestly, as a person who promoted you watching Watamote because it makes you miserable, even I can't promote watching the spirits with it.
Yeah, like
Yeah, no. So she captures the eighth spirit, which is down near Gaia, but she captures it in a dream sequence she's having,
Yeah,
and then realizes she has the full spirit wave. So then her boyfriend's like, "Give me your arm," and dips his arm into the giant tentacle beast that's almost going to crush them, and then his soul goes up into it and makes it all crystallize and explode.
Yeah.
And so
Maybe-
much of that doesn't make.
Maybe originally it was something like her unborn child or something.
I don't know.
I don't-
It was just so. It was so dumb. And
There is
just,
some
because
yeah.
the thing is though, like she has like this dream, and she's like, oh man, because the final spirit is the phantom that was within her. It's that like it like changes and purifies into the eighth spirit
During a dream sequence,
Yeah, she has a dream, and then like she
wasn't she already the first spirit?
Yes.
Well, she was the first spirit. So she was the first spirit, and then she had the last spirit already inside of her, which was the thing that was killing her. Which it doesn't explain like why it became like how the hell it happened in a dream of all fucking things.
None of it makes sense.
Oh my god, this movie was so dumb.
Yeah, it doesn't succeed to be a pretentious art film. It doesn't succeed to be a popcorn flick. It doesn't do anything right.
Like I was saying, like this movie would have been interesting at very least if you get like first off if it were actually an anime, you give it off to like Madhouse or I don't know Production IG, someone else, and have it like directed by someone like Mamoru Oshii. Like then it would be like really artsy and kind of pretentious and at least interesting.
Yeah.
Like it would be great. It'd still be dry as fuck, but it'd be at least really thought provoking at very least.
Yeah.
And you'd walk away from that going, that was dry as fuck, but like, it gave me something to think about. This, the only thing I could think about was, fuck, I have to pay attention because I have to do this for a goddamn podcast.
Hey, Bob.
What's up?
Any other comments?
Other than that, like this has worse characters than any Final Fantasy game, which is
Well, yeah, because Final Fantasy games have characters.
Yeah, that's true.
This had like these were barely archetypes. Like the tough chick was the tough chick.
I don't know.
And that's all she was.
I don't understand why they came to this with some idea about making such a Hollywood-style movie with no style of their own in it. Like, there's nothing in here. Like, there's no sword. There's no sorcery. There's no actual cool things that happen. There's literally nothing like Final Fantasy in here, except the concept of Gaia and that looking like Mako.
Can someone look up Dan? Can you look up the budget for Advent Children? Because I'm curious.
I'm sure it's way less than this.
Yeah,
It probably is. And it looks way better, which is really sad. Because Jesus Christ, man, like I still can't believe like what was all of the budget spent on? Were they just
making a studio?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Like
That might have been where all of it went.
that and like the voice talent because it's all like, you know, actual actors. They couldn't just like
I'm sure they hemorrhaged tons of money on that.
like, you know,
Alec Baldwin's on that list, guys. That ain't cheap.
In his peak. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, because it's just one of those things. Well, I mean, his peak really was the '90s, but
This
still,
was 2001.
true.
Yeah. That was before he started falling off, really.
Yeah, it's just like it's just the thing, like how they spent that much goddamn money on a CGI film with like 9 voice actors and characters in it. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, because visually it doesn't look that good. It's just like there's no unique aesthetic or design going on here. It's just,
Yeah, no, there's no goddamn budget on that because it's made by the Japanese.
oh, okay.
So, yep. Oh, well.
So yeah, The Spirits Within. It was
Go watch it.
Bob, you're a bad man.
wow, wow.
I mean, Jay, you're a bad man. That was clearly you saying that.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, I have a better idea. Go get a hammer and hit your dick with it for like 140 minutes. You'll pretty much get the same sensation. Boom. So can we talk about Project Echo now, for God's sake?
Yep.
Yay!
Let's talk about Project Echo, guys.
Woo! An actual goddamn anime!
Yeah, see, this episode of WeeaBoots is really the yin and the yang. I wanted the perfect, like, one of the best things I've ever seen, and apparently one of the worst things I've ever seen. By the way, Spirits Within is worse than Manos Hands of Fate. Just for anyone who's curious. I watched that recently, and that is
I
a
still,
much funnier, much better affair. You don't even need commentary.
still
That's
gonna
just
say-
funny.
Yeah, that's a lot of
A lot of shambling.
hard not to laugh at.
Yes.
I'm still gonna say that Spirits Within is probably better than The Legend of Chun-Li.
I'm no. I'm positive there is a scene in The Legend of Chun-Li that made me laugh, and that was actually like, oh man, that's kind of funny. Also, Bison rips his baby out of his wife's uterus with his hand and puts his evil into it.
He does do that.
Yeah,
Jay.
that was
in a
really
cave.
Stupid.
That was unbelievably mind-bending. Nothing in the Spirits Within is memorable.
Okay, you got me there.
I got you there. I won. Point
Wow.
for me, Bob. Boom.
There we go.
Wow,
The
you-
Spirits
you-
Within is the worst movie you've ever seen.
Wow, you just made me admit that there's something out there in the world
Worse than The Legend of
Chun-Li.
Chun-Li. A years-long quest, actually. As I recall it, that has been your bar for a while.
Yeah, ever since I saw that movie, because I never.
Because that movie was fucking bad.
That was felt ripped off at $1.
Yeah,
I remember
You
that
and I
was very
split the rental fee for
Yes.
that, and we were like, I feel like I got ripped off during this. This is bad.
Yeah.
Like, okay, to anyone who wants to say Dragon Ball Evolution is like the worst thing ever.
Go watch The Legend of Chun-Li.
Yeah, watch The Legend of Chun-Li. It came out the exact same year. So it wasn't Evolution wasn't even the worst movie that came out that year.
Yeah. Yeah, that was another layer to it, you know?
Right?
Because by the time we were done with Evolution, which came out later, right? I believe we were like, well, at least that wasn't The Legend of Chun-Li.
right?
Yeah.
We had a bar set. We were like,
Good job. Good job. You weren't
I
The Legend
actually
of Chun-Li.
laughed during because there are parts of Dragon Ball Evolution that are so stupid that I'm like, okay, that's at least entertaining, and these special effects are not so bad.
And yet I'm sitting. Oh God, I just remembered some of the special effects. My one scene that I can remember in Dragon Ball Evolution at any given time is that weird, terrible CGI lava place or whatever.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god!
It is burned into my memory. That's how bad that is. I don't even know what's happening in that scene. I just remember how bad it looked.
You know what kills me though is that like you have James Marsters as Piccolo acting his ass off.
Yeah.
Like you could tell because did I ever tell you the story of like how they got him to play that role?
No.
They told him that the budget was like 150 million. That James Wall, not James, the guy who did Kung Fu Hustle.
Oh,
Shit. Whatever.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
guy who did Kung Fu.
Yeah, the guy who did Kung Fu Hustle was directing, and that's how they got him involved. And he was like, and he was already a huge Dragon Ball fan, and his kids were too. He told his kids all he said like, I'm playing Piccolo, it's gonna be awesome, and and then he found out that the budget was like 50 million, and that like. That the guy from Kung Fu Hustle was like attached in name only, really. So he was just like, "Oh, you tricked me."
Didn't the guy who made Kung Fu Hustle also make that Sun Wukong?
yeah.
Yes,
Stephen
he made-
Chow.
Steven Chow.
Wait,
Yeah,
is
that's
that
Stephen Chow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm positive. But yeah, no, he made that. That was
That was bad.
that was bad.
Wait, the Journey to the West?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah, me and Kyle love that movie.
Wow. We were that was
There were
bad.
a couple good moments, but man.
Yeah, no, there were a
always-
couple good moments. There are some hilarious things.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
laughed my ass off at a couple of things, but overall the film's kind of a mess. I don't know.
oh yeah, it's kind of a mess, but,
But whatever, enough reviewing other things. Let's talk about Project Echo, the best goddamn anime ever fucking made. Pull up your pants, kids. It's big kid time. Watch fucking Project Echo.
yeah.
Bob, who directs Project Echo?
Katsuhiko Nishijima. He directed Agent Aika Najika Blitz
Najika Blitz Tactics.
and Blazing
What? Wait, what? Oh, you skipped.
Yeah, I was skipping the Japanese version of that name.
Okay, go ahead.
It's Blazing's transfer student, or Hono no
Tenkosei.
Tenkosei. Okay.
We're gonna say all of our Japanese words
Cool.
from here on out, over exaggerated and funny as hell. Katsuhiko Nishijima, Agent Aika. There we go. I
Yeah.
hope you're happy, Hans.
Yeah. So
Very good.
yeah.
Man, okay, real quick, another slight detour. Sonny Chiba playing Tori Hanzo in Kill Bill, and now he's like, "Oh, your English very good.
No, you're
you,
Japanese.
you speak Japanese very good."
What was it like?
He
like
actually-
you say arigato, like I say arigato.
Yeah, that is exactly how he says that to Americans. He said that to Keanu Reeves when he met him in person. Keanu Reeves walks out and Keanu starts busting out Japanese and he's like, "Oh, you're Japanese, very good." And I'm like, that wasn't him acting. That was just how he says that. Incredible. But the original story was by Katsuhiko Nishijima and Kazumi Shirasaka,
Who I can't find any other credits for that second guy.
because they make smut.
Yeah, this was actually originally supposed to be a part of a hentai anthology series, and at some point they were like,
What if it was a badass movie
yeah,
for
like,
theaters?
Yeah, let's just take out all the pornography and make it a movie.
Well, not all.
I mean, they took out any pornographic scenes. They left in the tits.
I would say rubbing your nipples while taking a hot bath pretty pornographic.
Okay, she didn't start like double clicking her mouse. Is all I'm saying.
That's true.
Or at least if she was, it was under the water, and we didn't get to see that part.
Yep. And they also put a shirt on Eiko when she looked out the window at the beginning.
Yep.
A thing you get to see the opposite version of if you get the DVD.
Yep.
So in any case, the production is done by APPP, which
Yep.
has done Kurogane Communication no TV series.
English.
Okay, I'm going to say the name, and then you're going to say TV or OVA or whatever. Ready?
All right.
Okay. Majikuru Project S.
TV.
Roboto Carver.
OAV.
Soei Shinsha.
That's the name of the company.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's another company, man.
Man, your formatting sucks.
Sorry.
This is awful. In any case,
And they made Angel Cop.
they made Angel Cop.
Yeah.
OAV.
There we go.
There you go, Bob.
Okay, so I'm going to try to summarize Project Echo.
Good luck.
Hey, Scrub Lords. So our main character is female Goku. She's insanely powerful. It's not explained. Doesn't matter. In any case, she has to go to school with her friend Seiko. Seiko, they're friends. Seiko is a bit of a ditz and blonde hair and makes Eiko lunches, and it's cute, and she's cute, and they go to transfer to a new school, and then this kid named Biko, who's got blue hair, not red or blonde, but blue hair, is super jealous and wants Seiko's love. And then she realizes she met Eiko in elementary school, and Eiko was so mean to her, and she loves Seiko, and she needs Seiko.
Yeah.
She thinks about Seiko every night.
Yes.
While taking
like this is straight up
dip in the
lesbian like infatuation for Seiko.
But here's the thing. This is what's so great about it. Eiko is not gay for Seiko at all.
Yeah,
but
they're just friends.
Right? So Biko's like, I need Seiko for reasons. And Eiko's like, she doesn't like you, so no.
Yeah, like friggin' Biko is just straight up dyking this movie.
It's something. And this anime, this movie has incredible moments.
Yeah.
Like ridiculously incredible moments. There's a plan at one point where Biko's like, okay, Eiko's busy cleaning the classroom because she got in trouble. Seiko will be lured off by my friend, and then my other friend will hop out and scare her. And then I'll come to the rescue and scare off my friend, and she'll like me forever. Her fucking friend is like an 8-foot-tall man beast of a girl.
Yeah, like she straight up is
to the fucking North Star.
Yeah. She's straight up Kenshiro with tits and pigtails, and she has like this really soft girl voice, except for when she's growling. When she has like a deep man voice,
when she's doing her martial arts technique,
yeah, she's doing
and grunting, she's like, but then she has like the softest, lightest like voice ever.
Yeah, she's just like, just because I shaved doesn't mean I'm a boy. Yeah, it's just like,
because I shave daily doesn't mean I'm a boy. It's incredible. And shit like that is why this is amazing.
Yeah, this anime is full of so many references, like the whole comet hitting and them rebuilding a city. That is straight up the origin of Macross right there.
Yeah.
The freaking alien invasion. Yeah, there's an alien invasion in this movie.
Right, there's this giant plot line that seems to not interface with the main plot line until pretty late in it.
Yeah, like
in an overt way.
Yeah, like
it's integrated. But it also could have been easily not integrated.
Yeah,
it could have just been another anime.
Yeah, it's like two separate animes kind of cross and smash into it. The other fucking anime is like fucking somewhere between Gundam, Macross, and Captain Harlock.
Which is so great. This anime, seriously, is like they played this on Sci-Fi. It was one of my first introductions to anime.
Yeah.
And it is seriously some of the best anime I've ever fucking seen because it's hilarious and it's got great action and
great animation.
Cool ideas. The alien invasion group is apparently all women, despite two of them overtly looking like men.
Yeah.
Which is the weirdest thing, and it's totally
for no reason.
Yeah,
It's
like the leader of the alien forces is this Captain Harlock looking chick. She looks like Captain Harlock.
Yeah.
Voiced by a man. Looks like Captain Harlock.
But with boobs. Yeah.
Has boobs.
And is just straight up a super alcoholic.
Yeah,
where every scene with her, she is drinking.
Yeah, and she is just... Like there's like whenever she isn't drinking, like she freaks out. Like apparently if she gets sober, she gets drunk, like fucking Bender.
Yeah.
And
it's incredible. Like this anime is really good.
Like let me just say, like this anime is one that gets better every time I've seen it, just because like I get more and more of the references because I've watched more and more anime.
Yeah.
The thing is though, even if you've never seen the animes that it's referencing, if you are completely oblivious, it's still fucking hilarious because it's just so much crazy bullshit it's throwing at you.
Yeah.
It's like every anime trope ever just thrown into like one.
And not not senselessly either. What were you going to say, Bob?
Just the amount of destruction and randomness that happens in this is insane. Her running down the street, Eiko,
she
just destroys the city.
She's so powerful that her morning run to school wrecks houses. By the end of it, she's running so fast that the brick walls and street on her way to school explode into rubble.
She runs past.
It is really great.
Yeah. Like she's like jumping off of missiles to get to an alien spaceship.
And then, like, it's not just like the fucking action and sci-fi elements are only in the other plotline. Biko is a rich as fuck bitch with engineering smarts. So she, like, is building these incredibly elaborate mechs to fight Eiko at school with once that first plan fails. And they're ridiculous. But, like, this is... This anime and What's About to Air are my 1 and 2 for all of WeeaBoots, easily. Like, Project Eiko is one of my favorites ever. Bob, what is your favorite part of Project Eiko? Not necessarily seeing just an element, like... For me, I think it's the colliding of the, like, both anime plot lines are really good.
Yeah,
and then when they cross over, they're even better.
Yeah, because like
she's like throwing tanks at dudes.
Yes, like there's an alien invasion going on, and the like Earth Defense Forces are fighting them with tanks, and Eiko and Biko are just still fighting. So they're throwing these giant alien spiders and fucking tanks at each other. It's really great.
Okay, yeah. So,
but yeah, Bob, real quick. No idea.
I mean,
so much.
I guess there is just so much, but pretty much all the things I have Eiko do. I mean, she drops a steel girder with her bare hand. It just holds it up.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
And then everyone just applauds, and she's like, this is getting heavy.
Yeah, this... Oh my god, there's just so much good... Because, like, that's the thing. Like, every scene in this movie is fantastic. Like, there's always, like, a good joke... or some interesting plot line that's being developed. This movie doesn't waste your time with anything. It is a nice lean 80-something minutes of just pure entertainment. And you don't need to get the references to enjoy it. It's just, you know, it gets you, like, it establishes the world that they live in. Okay, like, this asteroid hits, you know, and that is relevant to the alien plot line. So you have, like, the alien plot line going on along with the Biko and Eiko rivalry thing. And then just... when the two plots intersect, because you know, like the alien invasion's happening, and then you have like the Eiko and Biko fight, and then they end up crossing over into one another, and there's a catalyst that actually gets them involved into the
right. It's
invasion.
well integrated in a way that's actually really smart. Like the plot for this movie, oddly enough, is really intelligent.
Yeah,
which is crazy as fuck considering the subject material.
Yeah, the fact that they mix
is like actively trying to be the stupidest thing it can be.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, almost like Fully Cooley, how it just throws so many elements at you, but it all mixes together really, really well.
Right,
and that's what this is. It throws so much at you. But like everything that they're pulling from, because you can tell the guys making this are huge otaku
anime fans. Yeah,
and they took all these elements that they loved and mixed it into a story that made a lot of sense, and one that, like, even though it's a mishmash of different elements, it's a really original story and movie.
Yeah.
Like, I can't think of anything that's like Project Eiko, like, since
Depressingly,
then. Yeah, and like you were saying, like, man, there should have been more Project Eiko. Like, I never want to see a Project Eiko made in this day. Because we will never get those beautiful hand-drawn mech designs. It'll all be CGI.
See, I want to see Edgar Wright make a live-action project.
Yes, Edgar Wright making a live-action... we were talking about that. Like, Edgar Wright would make a perfect fucking director to make a live-action Eiko film.
And it would be incredible, except for they would have to be 2 years older, so that way he could have all the weird nudity lesbianism.
Yeah.
That is in this version.
Yeah, so they'd be college students.
Yep.
And would that just ruin it, Dan?
No.
Okay.
No,
all right. You were saying that was kind of, that'd be weird.
No, like, to some extent, I think it's interesting to portray, like, the way sexuality is portrayed in the States is a little stifled and weird and stuffy. And I find exploring not only, like, adolescent female from the female perspective, but lesbian adolescent female from the female perspective interesting. And more importantly, as I mentioned before, like, main character's not gay, Seiko's not gay, but Biko is totally gay for Seiko. Like, that is a thing.
We watched that interview thing, and they acted like they didn't know.
They're like, oh yeah, I guess that came out that way because we're all perverted. It's like,
yeah,
what?
Yeah, like they weren't trying to make some kind of statement. It's just like,
that's what happens when you make a swift swerve in the middle of your hentai and decide to make it into a respectable film.
Yeah. Like, did they to imagine that this was just going to be some shitty OVA, like, hentai part of an anthology series?
Yeah, it's incredibly, like, wow. They just, at the last moment, like they were saying, it was just a thought that the producer had or something.
Yeah,
he was like he got it in his brain that he's like, let's make this a movie for theaters because those are doing well.
Yeah, and, you know...
that's insane.
Yeah, and they had no clue if this was going to be a bomb, if it was going to be successful. Apparently it was successful.
Yeah, I mean, it got 3 sequels in a series.
Yeah, it got a bunch of OVAs. It got
right.
It got, like... It got the Project Echo 2, 3, and 4 OVAs.
Yeah.
And then it got the Project Echo Versus OVA, which is a 2-part OVA.
Okay, it's a 2-part OVA. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Especially when you consider this was supposed to be smut.
Yeah. So the thing that it had that kind of legacy, it had that kind of longevity, that it had that kind of marketability. Yeah. Oh man.
I mean, this has staying value. As I said, this was one of the first animes I watched, because, sci-fi. But
yeah, this was
even
one of the first
still,
animes get brought to the States, isn't that right?
Yeah.
It's one of those really early ones, like around the same time as Akira, Ghost in the Shell, Vampire Hunter D, and Project Echo. It was one of those like early to mid 90s animes that we got.
It's kind of weird because it's kind of like paralleling Mosquiton, where it's like, this shit is shit I would have rented from Blockbuster when anime was like some weird novel thing, really, really small in the States. And still, both of those hold up pretty well, especially weird robot automaton. Which it wasn't Vlad the Impaler, it was a Russian dude.
Oh, Rasputin.
Rasputin, there we go.
Wait, what was that in?
The Mosquiton.
Oh yeah, Mosquiton had it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, how do we make this more interesting? Go to the moon. Final Fantasy IV did it. It worked. Do it.
But yeah, just
Yeah, no, this is
like I really want to see Madhouse make an Eiko One Punch Man crossover, because I think that would be fucking amazing. I mean, they'd have to level up Eiko to be on that same tier, obviously. But I mean, honestly, even in this, I think she'd at least be an S class, like one of the lower S class fighters.
yeah.
So she could probably throw down, and it would be a fun movie.
We would have to see her get hurt in order to judge her abilities, which in the first Project Echo movie, we didn't really see per se.
We didn't see her get hurt, but she was actually having to put up a fight against Biko when she got her power suit on.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
but you also see what she's capable of, so that only implies the power suit is also ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's true.
Biko shot no fewer than 20 missiles out of that thing, and it's barely covering her. By the way, her power suit is very dominatrix, weirdo, bikini.
Yeah,
steel leather.
Yeah, like that fucking power suit looked like it stepped right out of a Heavy Metal magazine.
Yes. Which, with the way Biko's body is designed, it's reminiscent of how,
honestly, it kind of looks like the chick from Heavy Metal, the movie.
Yeah, and there's just something about that body type and that domineering, attitude, which that was funny. She's rips off her school uniform. She's like, that's it, I've had enough of this, and throws it off. And a bunch of the kids are like, don't you feel like you're showing a lot? Oh my God, look at her.
Yeah. Oh God, I just realized, because
isn't it cold? That was my favorite comment.
Because the chick from Heavy Metal had like the blue hair and stuff, and oh gosh, she may have her dominatrix look may have been directly influenced.
I will
by
have
that.
to see the AB, but I would not doubt that these guys would own Heavy Metal VHSs when they were working on this.
Because I know, what was it? Space Adventure Cobra had a lot of heavy influences from Heavy Metal magazine, and that was pretty popular in the 80s as well. Jeez, this anime pulls from so many fucking things. It's And like I said, you don't need to be familiar with any of it. If you've watched a little bit of anime, you know some of the tropes and stuff, and and first off, because of its age, it's all hand-drawn, it's all gorgeously hand-drawn animated, so you can really appreciate the artistry that goes into these really detailed mech designs, that goes into these
these mech transformation sequences.
Yeah, the mech transformation sequences, the space
which
battles.
Of course it has.
Yeah, honestly, watching the street bust into pieces, and just that, just how on model all that is, just. Oh man, this is what I talk about. This is why I don't like CGI in anime these days, because there's no artistry that goes behind it. It's not someone meticulously going through and hand drawing the shit frame by frame, making sure it looks perfect. It's just some guy putting numbers into a computer and be like, oh, there you go, I made the street blow up, or I made the building blow up, or
the car pulled around a thing.
Yeah.
Or it's a mech. Yeah.
Yeah,
which they always aim for perspective correct, which. Maybe that's kind of the problem,
right?
Of
I was actually
2D departments making the rest of the scene, and then the CGI guy comes in and he's like, "Hey, guess what?
I was actually
from this angle that kind of looks bad. Oh well, too late."
I was watching, or not watching, but on Twitter, one of the people I follow retweeted something about
it was me.
A Naruto.
You should go to WeeaBoots and follow them on Twitter.
It was actually Persona Sama from Skullgirls.
I also retweeted it.
It's something about Naruto's Ultimate Ninja animation, that game they make on PS3 and PS4 now, and showing how they do distort their CG models for getting different perspective and different effects. And it makes it really nice looking.
Yeah, it does. Like that, their animation looks really good because they do that. And that's like 2D animation's the same. Like exaggerated movements convey a lot more motion than realistic movement. In 2D, especially at lower frame rates. And but Eiko is easily recommended to everyone to go buy. So hey, Jason, how much is Eiko?
I think I spent $15 on it. Yeah, it's super cheap.
Okay, so one's still cheap.
Yeah. The first one is still in print by Discotech. You can get it on the cheap. It's not that bad. And it is one of those things that I can openly recommend to anyone who's a fan of anime, especially if you if you appreciate hand-drawn animation, if you kind of want to see, especially if you've only ever watched a lot of newer animes, and you kind of want to see something that has a completely different flavor to it and style. Yeah, it is. Yeah, what is Amazon currently?
It was like $14.50. I'm currently looking at movies I haven't seen in the Project Eiko universe.
Yeah, the ones that are fucking expensive, like $35 to $70, and those are the
this one's
ones.
This one's $58. This other one's $33.
Yeah, those are used.
And the Project Eiko collection, which, as we were mentioning, is not the Sentai Filmworks version of 1, it's just the original release, is $150. Mm-hmm. And it includes 1, 2, and 3. And
those 2 and 3 are actually combos. Like, those aren't just one movie.
Yeah, like 2 is like the Project Eiko 2, 3, and 4 OVA, and then the other one is the Versus OVA.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Is that what Uncivil Wars and Love and Robots are?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's...
So what you're saying is I can own all the Project Eiko if I spend $150.
But there's only one of those available on the internet.
Yeah. Dan, you could be the guy who owns the one. You even get a CD soundtrack.
I mean, to be fair, I actually like the music.
Yeah, that's oh god, yeah, that's another thing. Like the awesome synth-tacular 80s score was fucking fantastic in this. Weird enough though, like the music is done it's
sung by Americans, it's produced in America.
Yeah.
You wouldn't guess it though from the way it sounds.
Yeah. It sounds like English translated Japanese songs, but then when you switch to Japanese, it's still in English. And when you're watching the Japanese behind the scenes, no, they went to freaking America for some reason to have the music produced.
Yeah.
It is just trippy as fuck.
It's awesome, actually.
Yes, that too.
And then you think about it, and it's like the 3 chicks who sung these songs, I don't think they went anywhere in their careers.
Probably not.
I am interested in looking it up. But yeah, the DVD does come with behind-the-scenes things and commentary from the director. So that's all interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty high-end for anime.
Yeah, it's really nice that something like this actually got some love and attention to it. Because they easily could have just... Here's the anime, fuck off, give us $15.
Yeah.
No, Discotech actually, no, this is a classic series. We're going to get as many special features that are available to put on this.
They even got the classic dub.
Yeah.
Which they really didn't have to.
Yeah, I mean, they went through the trouble of getting the original dub licensed.
They had to.
Yeah. Honestly, and the thing is, though, this dub, I love that dub.
It's a great... Actually, I think for when it came out, it was an incredible dub.
Yeah, the only problem with that dub is just the audio quality of it.
Yeah, no, that's terrible. But the actual work done on the dub is really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not super accurate, but, it's all really well acted.
Yeah, it doesn't deviate a whole lot, and the only times it does is, oh, this person didn't say anything here. And this is a lot of silence.
Well, I mean, it deviates quite a bit, but it never deviates when it's an important plot point.
I think when it deviated, most of it was just rearranging the sentence order.
Yeah, it was rearranging some sentence orders, and it was just adding in jokes that weren't there.
The only major thing they pulled the punch on was how gay Biko is for Seiko, which, what was it, Seiko's my one true love. I need her, I love her, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
but it wasn't gay.
Down. They did tone it
no
down
homo.
The thing is, though, I mean, it's really hard to ungay that character, considering sitting there rubbing her tit while talking about.
Thinking about her.
And
yet they still saying love's weird. It's that's weird.
That's ultimate.
Lesbians in the 90s, we can't have that shit.
Nipples are normal. I rub my nipples when I think about Bob all the time. Oh my god, if you spat water all over that fucking mic.
Bitch, don't make hilarious jokes while I'm drinking.
I always make hilarious jokes. You shouldn't drink around me. I don't know what your problem is.
You know what? You can't make me watch a spiritual dinner and expect me not to drink afterwards. Fuck you.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But hey. This anime is incredible. I don't even know what else to say.
No,
the animation is really
ourselves.
good. The music is really good, like in a way that you don't expect. The dub was really good in a way you don't expect. Lots of early dubs are terrible,
Right?
Yeah, like everything. The characters.
They were actually good jokes added too. Like the ending sequence is her like just saying hi to the teacher over and over and over as it zooms out. But in the American dub, she just rattles off the whole plot of the movie in a really high pitched voice.
Yeah.
It is so hilarious how she retells it. And it's like great move. Good job, American dub team.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the Japanese audio is incredible quality.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, super high quality.
So
on that.
if you're into that audio quality is really great. And this is totally worth $14, $15.
Yeah, like I cannot recommend this one enough. Like, especially if you have any interest whatsoever in classic anime and you've never seen this, I can't recommend it enough. This is easily one of my favorite anime films of all time.
Yeah.
And like I said, I cannot recommend it enough.
Bob, what's a better anime film than this?
Oof, that's hard. It really is.
Especially when I use the word film.
Right? Film really makes that hard.
Okay, see, that's the thing for me, like...
End of Aim is pretty good.
End of Aim is...
Because as an artistic movement of giving your fans the double canon, it comes close. It's not.
I really like Swords of Stranger, but I know that's not like this.
Yeah, I mean,
level.
like I'm a total mark for the original Ghost in the Shell film.
Yeah.
And that to me is like high-end art. And I also love Mamoru Hosoda, the guy who did The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, Summer Wars.
Yeah, no, the girl who leapt through time. And
that guy's newest movie is hitting theaters in the U.S.
I'm so excited.
What?
With an English dub.
Yep.
Any idea what the name is?
The Boy and the Beast.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super looking forward to that.
Yeah,
I'm hoping the Blu-ray, because like the way Funimation's been doing it is they put it in theaters. If it's not Ava, they put it in theaters and then they put it on Blu-ray like 4 months later. So I am super stoked to be buying that later this year because I love Hosoda.
But yeah, you should go watch this.
Yeah.
We didn't decide what we're watching next week.
We really didn't. It's probably going to be some piece of shit from this upcoming season. I mean, something of merit.
There's no way this upcoming season can possibly be as bad as this last one.
I've watched a decent bit from the season. It is nowhere near as bad as last season.
Okay, because last season, like, we had like one.
The only way it could get worse from here is a midget walks into your house and starts punching you in the nuts while you watch this anime.
It's like last season, like we just had to abandon it and start watching things that weren't from that season. Like, so that's why the hell we're watching Eiko, and that's why we watched Watamote because we ran out of shit to watch, or shit that we wanted to watch. Because man, fuck Beautiful Bones, man. I was not going to sit through something like that again, and at least not right after doing Beautiful Bones.
For me, it's doing a great thing and then doing a bad thing that kills me. Like Watamote and then the drop to like, we should watch this Little Witch Academia. I was like, that's not Eiko. Like, that hurt me. I was like, no, we were on a good vibe.
Well, the thing is, though, I mean, we were on a bad vibe right before because, I mean, we did friggin' Digimon Adventure Tri, and that was fucking atrocious.
Escape. I was trying to escape. But whatever.
Little
Witch Academia isn't terrible.
Yeah.
Which I made clear last week in case anyone is misinterpreting me here. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
But in any case, we're going to review some anime. Apparently, those animes we're going to review are Erased and Nurse Witch Komugi R. See you then.
Thanks for listening to this episode of WeeaBoots. Go check out our video game coverage over at GigaBoots on YouTube and consider supporting us via Patreon so we can continue making WeeaBoots. Jay from HailZeon.com is Hail Zeon on YouTube, and our theme song is Android by Luckhash. You can check out more music from Luckhash at www.luckhash.com. Oh, and if you could, write a review for us on iTunes.